Well, there are a lot of specific things that create that big picture, and I like to call it executive presence. But it's all about communication because that's the basic business act. That's how we get things done. But I think of somebody who thinks quickly on their feet, who can respond under pressure no matter what happens. They seem to always be able to express what needs to be said clearly and persuasively. And that persuasive communication is actually a different skill than just informing people, just being clear. I also think of people who can synthesize a lot of information. I mean, that's one of the key skills, I think, is leadership, because you have so much information coming to you, and to be able to boil that down and then replay it. In other words, send it out to people who need to do something because of what you've just said or that message. I think that synthesization is a key skill. And answering questions, I think they need to be a good storyteller. And then, of course, their body language needs to support, not sabotage their message. And those things, you teach in your Communispond's presentations programs. We've taught it in our Boer programs. And that involves your movement. People can see your confidence. They see your eye contact, your gestures, your handshake. All of that comes across in body language. So that's a significant part of being a good communicator.
Couldn't agree more. And there's so much that goes into effective communication. I think a lot of times people take it for granted and take for granted all the different things you need to think about when you are communicating, whether it's just a one-to-one conversation, you're giving a keynote address at a conference, or you're in a sales meeting. So much needs to go into it on the front end. And as you were talking about some of those skills and attributes, being able to synthesize, being able to think quickly on your feet, to tell stories, to really get your message out there concisely, a big part of that is you need to be able to listen. Because if you want to synthesize, you want to be able to incorporate stories, you want to be able to respond quickly, listening is one of the best ways to do that. And that's, I can say, having a teenager and a preteen is a skill that in my household is lacking right now, but it's definitely something we're working to develop.